1. The one-sentence edge stop. Scrolling for a second and really listen, because what I'm about to reveal is the difference between being a maybe and becoming an absolute must. Think about the last time you reached out to a woman you were genuinely excited about. You probably worried about your hair, wondered if your car was clean enough, or checked your bank balance to see if you could afford the right kind of date. You've been told your whole life that attraction is a math equation involving your status, your muscles, and your money. But here's the cold, hard truth that most men will never figure out. While those things might get you a look, they will never win her mind. You are playing a losing game if you think external vanity is your only leverage. The real battlefield isn't the gym or the office. It's the psychological space you occupy in her head after you finish speaking. Imagine having the power to say one single sentence, just one that makes her heart race and keeps you stuck in her thoughts for days on end. Picture her sitting at dinner with her friends or lying in bed at night, can't stop replaying the specific way you looked at her and the words you chose to say. That is the one-sentence edge. It is the ability to instantly separate yourself from the hundreds of other men clogging up her inbox with good morning texts and your pretty comments. Most guys are background noise. They are the static on the radio that she has learned to tune out. By understanding the psychology of how women actually process attraction, you stop being static and start becoming the signal. You aren't just talking to her, you are impacting her. The reality is that women are looking for a man who possesses a certain type of groundedness. A man who doesn't need to bark to show his bite. When you speak with purpose, you signal that you are a high-value individual who notices the things other men are too distracted or too insecure to see. Most men are so busy trying to prove they are the man that they forget to actually connect. Today I'm showing you exactly how to bypass that superficial layer and trigger a deep visceral attraction that she won't even be able to explain to herself. We don't do fluff here, and we don't go in circles. This is about results. Welcome to the Love Blueprint, where we stop guessing and start leading. 2. The death of the basic compliment. Let's be completely honest with each other. If you truly had the power to say one thing that a woman would remember for years, would you really waste that opportunity on a lazy comment like, "You look nice," or "That's a cool dress"? If that's your go-to move, you are effectively telling her that you are exactly like every other guy she's met since high school. That is the definition of being forgettable. Basic compliments are like junk food. They might give a tiny temporary spark of validation, but they leave her completely empty afterward. They require zero effort, zero observation, and zero balls. When you tell a woman she's hot, you aren't complimenting her, you're just stating an obvious fact that she hears 10 times a day from strangers on the street. It doesn't move the needle because it doesn't touch her emotions. Attraction is not built on surface-level observations. It is built entirely on emotional impact. To win, you have to understand the death of the basic compliment. This is the moment you decide to stop being a fan and start being a peer. When you deliver a powerful, intentional compliment that hits a specific psychological trigger, you will literally see her entire energy shift in real time. It's almost like watching a physical transformation. Her posture changes as she leans in toward you, her eyes soften because she feels safe and understood. Her attention locks onto you because you've finally given her something real to hold on to. You are no longer just a guy she's talking to. You are a man who actually sees her. I've spent a long time narrowing this down to 8 high-impact triggers that go deeper than anything she is used to hearing. These aren't pickup lines designed to trick someone. Those are for men who lack substance. What I'm giving you are respect-based emotional triggers. They work because they acknowledge her identity, her energy, and her mind. They require you to be present and to speak with a level of intention that most men are simply too lazy to develop. If you're tired of being just another guy in her phone and you're ready to become the man who speaks with purpose and authority, then you need to master these. It's time to stop throwing words at the wall to see what sticks and start using your voice as a tool for genuine connection. Let's dive into the specifics. 3. The first 4 triggers. Compliment 1, that fragrance you're wearing is addictive. Most men think that if they want to compliment a woman's scent, they have to be over the top or borderline creepy. They'll say something like, "You smell good," which is generic and forgettable. But when you use the word addictive, you are stepping into the realm of biological psychology. Scent is the only sense with a direct line to the olfactory bulb, which is physically connected to the amygdala and hippocampus, the parts of the brain that handle emotion and memory. When you notice her fragrance and label it as addictive, you aren't just giving her a thumbs up. You are creating a memory anchor. You are telling her brain that your presence and her scent are now linked by a feeling of intense desire. The key here is the delivery. You don't lean in aggressively. You say it calmly, almost as an afterthought, showing that you are a man of high-level awareness who is present enough to notice the subtle details. She won't just remember the compliment. Her subconscious will literally associate the high of that addictive feeling with you every time she puts that perfume on. You've just turned her morning routine into a reminder of how you made her feel. Compliment 2. Your smile shifts the energy in this room. This is a massive level up because you are moving away from her physical features and focusing on her power. Any guy can tell her she has a pretty smile. She's heard that since she was 5 years old. It's white noise to her. But when you tell her that her smile shifts the energy of the room, you are acknowledging her influence and her aura. You are telling her that she has the ability to change the mood of the people around her just by existing. This shows incredible emotional intelligence on your part. It proves that you aren't just looking at her face like a piece of art on a wall. You are for her impact. A man who notices energy is a man who understands the nuances of women and social dynamics. It signals that you are observant, grounded, and attuned to the vibe rather than just the visual. When she hears this, she doesn't just feel beautiful, she feels significant. You've recognized a strength in her that most men are too blind to even see, and that makes you instantly more magnetic. Compliment 3, I respect how real you are. You don't try to fit in. We are living in an era dominated by filters, curated social media feeds, and fake personalities. Most women feel an immense pressure to perform or fit into specific mold to be seen as valuable. When you stop her and tell her that you respect her authenticity, you are offering her the rarest gift in modern dating, the permission to be herself. By validating her truth over her appearance, you are hitting a deep psychological need to be understood. You're saying, I see the person behind the mask, and that's the part one actually like. This creates an instant emotional bond because it makes her feel safe. While every other guy is trying to win over the perfect version of her, you are appreciating the real version. Authenticity will always be more attractive than perfection. And a man who values character over a curated image is a man she can actually trust. This compliment moves you out of the fan category and into the partner category because you're showing that you value substance over surface. Compliment 4, I love the way you see the world. It actually makes me think. This is your secret weapon for entering rare territory. Most men are so preoccupied with how a woman looks that they completely ignore who she is. They chase the body and ignore the mind. When you tell her that her perspective actually influences your own thoughts, you are giving her a massive boost of intellectual validation. You are telling her that she isn't just eye candy. She is a person of value who has the power to intrigue you. This shifts the entire dynamic of the interaction. Now, you aren't just another guy trying to impress her or get something from her. You are a man who is genuinely curious about her. That curiosity is a massive psychological pull factor. It makes her want to share more, speak more, and connect more because she finally feels like she's met a man who is on her level. You are acknowledging that her mind is a place worth visiting, and that kind of recognition stays with a woman far longer than any comment about her outfit ever could. You've moved from being a spectator to being a teammate in a conversation, and that is where real attraction lives. 4. Depth and ambition compliment. 5. I love your energy. It makes me want to level up. In the world of high-value social dynamics, energy is the ultimate currency. We've all met people who feel like a dark cloud. They drain your battery and leave you feeling exhausted. But then there are those rare individuals who radiate a warmth and a drive that actually charges you up. When you tell a woman that her energy makes you want to level up, you are doing something far more sophisticated than just flirting. You are moving past simple attraction and entering the realm of deep masculine respect. You are effectively saying, your presence isn't just pleasant, it's transformative. By acknowledging that she has a positive motivating impact on your world, you signal that you are a man who is already on a path of growth and is observant enough to recognize a teammate in that journey. This hits home because it's a compliment to her spirit, not just her exterior. It tells her that she doesn't just look good in your life, she makes your life better. That kind of validation creates a magnetic pull because it makes her feel like an asset, not just a trophy. Compliment 6, you're honestly one of the most thoughtful people I've met. It really shows. We live in a fast-paced, me-first culture where most people are just waiting for their turn to speak or looking for what they can get out of a situation. Genuine thoughtfulness has become a modern superpower because it's so incredibly rare. When you point out her character and the specific effort she puts into the people and things around her, you are reaching her on a soul level. You're noticing the small things, the way she remembers a friend's birthday, the way she treats service staff, or the care she puts into her work. Most men are too self-absorbed to see these traits, but when you call them out, she instantly feels seen in a way that goes beyond the physical. This doesn't just make her smile, it builds a massive bridge of trust. It tells her that you are a man who values kindness and integrity, which makes her feel safe to open up even more. You aren't just rewarding her looks, you are rewarding her heart, and that is a bond that is very hard to break. Compliment 7, I admire your drive. Your purpose is inspiring. While the world is slowly changing, many women still feel that their professional ambitions or personal goals are secondary to their appearance in the eyes of men. Most guys are intimidated by a woman with a plan, or they simply don't care about her grind as long as she looks good on a date. When you break that mold and tell her that you would admire her drive, you are separating yourself from the insecure majority. You are showing her that you value who she is becoming, not just who she is standing in front of you right now. By acknowledging her discipline, her late nights, and her vision for the future, you are building a foundation of mutual respect. You're telling her that you are a man who can handle a powerful woman, and more importantly, a man who finds purpose attractive. This creates a unique kind of intimacy because she realizes she doesn't have to dim her light to be with you. In fact, her light is exactly what drew you in. Compliment 8. You have a way of making people feel like they actually matter. This is the ultimate heavy hitter in your arsenal. Very few people in this world possess the emotional intelligence to make others feel truly safe, valued, and significant. It is a rare magnetic gift. When you recognize this ability in her, you are validating her highest self. You are looking past the surface, past the mind, and straight into her essence as a human being. This hits deeper than any physical comment ever could because it's a compliment to her humanity. It tells her that you are paying attention to how she moves through the world and how she touches the lives of others. When a woman realizes that you see the beauty in her kindness and her presence, her guard doesn't just drop, it disappears. You've moved from being a guy who's interested to being a man who truly understands her. That is the highest level of connection you can achieve. 5. The unforgettable finish. There it is, 8 powerful psychological triggers that create more genuine connection in a few seconds than 1,000 "hey beautiful" or "you're so hot" texts ever could. You have to understand that the game of attraction isn't won by the man who talks the most. It's won by the man who speaks with the most intention. These sentences work because they aren't about you trying to get something. They are about you giving her the gift of being truly understood. Always remember, a woman might forget exactly what you wore, she might forget the name of the restaurant where you ate, but she will never ever forget how you made her feel in the moments you were together. To make this work, you have to be the man who can deliver these words. That means you need to speak with intention, slow down your delivery, and this is the most important part, actually mean what you say. If you're just reading a script, she'll feel the lack of weight behind the words. But if you are present, grounded, and observant, these triggers will change your life. If you are serious about mastering your masculine presence, building unshakable confidence, and becoming the type of man that women naturally gravitate toward, then you are in the right place. Hit subscribe to the Love Blueprint and turn on those notifications so you never miss a lesson. I want to see who's really paying attention today. Drop the word "seen" in the comments right now if you're ready to stop being background noise and start speaking with purpose. I'll see you in the next one.